Welcome back to Voice Discoveries, vocal training tips for guitar players. So this series is for anyone who wants to play guitar and sing, and not just to sing okay, but to sing with confidence, to protect your voice from damage and sound great. This week, we'll discover how to record your playing and singing. There's a lot to cover, the types of recordings you can make, and the essential equipment you'll need for each type of recording. And then next week, we'll discover how to get into the state of mind and state of voice you need to nail your performances and then feel great about sharing them with friends or even releasing them publicly. All right, let's start recording. Quick review. In part one of this series, we covered the 3 keys to confidence when singing. Those are specific ways to help you get over your fear and deliver songs so you connect with people and move them emotionally. So if you haven't seen that, you can watch it here. In part 2, we discovered the best way I've ever found to sing with maximum power but avoid vocal damage. And in that video, I gave you access to a voice strengthening lesson from the heavy metal grandma, Elizabeth Sabine. That one lesson finally taught me to sing the right way after needing 2 vocal surgeries from abusing my voice. So check out that video here. Okay, onward. Let's talk about recording. What equipment do you need to record your playing and singing like the pros do? So the answer depends on the kind of recording you're going to make. Now, I think it's smart to start small and simple, and then build up your confidence as a recording musician, and eventually get more sophisticated with your recording equipment and techniques over time. Because let me tell you, the recording process can get complicated fast, and the more technical issues you need to deal with and think about, the less you'll be focused on singing and playing well, just getting your best performance. So before you ever hit the red record light, I'm going to assume you already know how to play and sing the song you want to record, and you know it well. That means you can play it confidently on the guitar, you can sing it confidently while you play. So once you're at that point, there are 3 main approaches to recording and documenting your interpretation of that song. There's simple one-pass recording, where you play guitar and sing at the same time. There's 2-pass recording, where you record the guitar and vocals separately, each on its own audio track. And then there's multi-pass recording, where you record the guitar and vocals separately, and then you add as many tracks or layers of guitars, vocals, and other instruments as your gear allows. So let's look at those options more closely. Simple one-pass recording. You're going to play guitar and sing at the same time. Each take of the song will be one pass through the whole thing. Now, for the most professional sound, I like to capture one-pass performances in natural stereo. And it's gotten easy and cheap to record excellent one-pass recordings using a high-quality, inexpensive recorder, like this Zoom H1N. See that? This little guy is what I use to record all these videos. Okay, you can see it has a built-in set of stereo mics. They are in an XY pair. Can you see those there? I think so. And the sound quality, you probably heard when I flipped it around how it changed. It's really accurate and realistic, kind of like you're right here with me. When recording, you can make the choice to just sing and play without listening or monitoring yourself through the device. But it's even better to plug in headphones so you can hear exactly what the mics are picking up. And with the right adapter and the mic stand, you can position the recorder to get the best possible sound and balance between your guitar and voice. So another stereo mic option, one that plugs right into your phone using this cord, is the Shure MV88. Looks like that. This also captures natural sound, and because it connects directly to your phone and overrides the built-in mic, you can capture audio and video of your performance at the same time. So audio, video, same time. Now this little guy isn't cheap. I think it's around $250 with the Shure video kit, but it really does sound great. And with either the Zoom or the Shure mics, the room where you record is going to make a big difference to the sound. So think about it. If you want to capture natural ambience or room reverb while you record, You can just sing and play in a live room with hard floors or tiled walls, like probably your kitchen, maybe your bathroom. Now for this video, I'm in a fairly dead room with carpeting, and it has a textured ceiling, and those absorb sound and eliminate a lot of the room sound, the room tone, you know. So for me, that's a good thing because I plan to enhance the audio afterward using music editing software, and I'm going to add whatever ambience I want at that point. So I'm going to make a raw recording of the old Nilsson classic, Everybody's Talkin', and you'll hear what it sounds like with just the natural, slightly dead room ambience. So I've got my headphones in my ears. You might have over the ear or whatever kind of phones you have is fine. I've got it plugged into the H1N. So what's happening is the sound is coming from me and my guitar through the stereo mics and then into my monitors so I can hear myself well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody's talking at me. Don't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. People stop and staring, I can't see their faces, only the shadows of their eyes. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain, going where the weather suits my clothes, banking off of the northeast wind, just sailing on a summer breeze, skipping over the ocean like a stone. Okay, that's a pretty clean and accurate recording of my performance. It sounds pretty balanced and natural to me. But let's hear what happens when we import that recorded audio file into music editing software known as a digital audio workstation, or DAW or DAW. Now I've taken the unaltered one-pass recording I just made, imported it into GarageBand, which is free for Apple Mac users, and I'm going to add some basic effects. I'll start with some subtle compression. Compression makes the quiets louder and the louds quieter. It compresses the volume changes. Everybody's talking at me. Don't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. Next, I'll add some equalization, known as EQ, to thicken and warm up the overall sound. I can't see their faces, only the shadows of their eyes. And finally, I'll add some room ambience using a reverb effect. Now, I can make the room small and intimate, or put the performance in a large concert hall, or anything in between. Banking off of the northeast wind, just sailing on a summer breeze, skipping over the ocean like a storm. So do you notice how each of these effects is changing the whole sound, both the guitar and voice? Well, that's because they were recorded at the same time and were already mixed together. So here's a before and after with just those minor adjustments in GarageBand. Everybody's talking at me. Don't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. People stop and staring, I can't see their faces, only the shadows of their eyes. So that's simple one-pass recording. So what are the pros and cons? Well, the pros are it requires minimal equipment and costs. It's an easy setup, one-button recording process. It captures your playing and singing accurately. And it's a low-pressure way to get used to recording and hearing yourself. It really does lead to fast improvement in your performances. and you can enhance the recording with free audio software. So the cons of one-pass recording: you have to play guitar and sing at the same time, and you're stuck with the balance or the relative volume of the guitar and vocals as they were recorded. Okay, in two-pass guitar and vocal recording, you'll record the whole song while playing your guitar first, and then you're going to play back the guitar recording while listening in headphones, and you'll sing onto a separate audio track. So the benefit of a two-pass recording is that you can optimize the recording setup for the guitar and your voice individually, and you can focus on playing your best until you record a great guitar take, and then focus on singing your best as many times as you want until you love your vocal take too. So this two-pass recording process is really the most basic version of what's known as multi-track recording. It's the way most records are made. Each instrument is recorded on a separate track, and that allows each performance to be edited and optimized separately. All right, let's talk equipment. So for two-pass recording, you're going to need at least one good mic attached to a mic stand, preferably with a boom arm, so you can position the mic perfectly. You're going to set it up to record your guitar on the first track, and then set it up differently to record your voice on the second track. So the mic can either be a USB mic, which plugs straight into your computer, or an analog mic like this one. It usually has a 3-pin XLR connector. Let me pull this out and I'll show you what it looks like. Looks like this. Can you see those pins? I hope so. So analog mics like this need an audio interface to convert their analog signal into digital data on the way to your computer. And that is usually connected via either a USB or Thunderbolt cable. So mics are a huge topic, and they range in price from ultra cheap to thousands of dollars. So there's a lot of mythology around certain mics, and to demystify all that mythology, there's a great website you can use to audition about 300 mics and hear what the actual differences are. Sometimes they're surprisingly subtle, especially in light of the huge price differences. But this site is called audiotestkitchen.com. It's free, but it could save you a lot of money on mic purchases, so do check it out. All right, so you've heard the one-pass version of Everybody's Talkin'. Now I'm going to record a two-pass version, recording the guitar and vocal in separate passes, and I'll use this inexpensive classic mic, the Shure SM57. So you can usually buy one of these for under $100. The 57 isn't considered the ideal mic for either vocals or acoustic guitar, but it's really widely used in studios, and I can guarantee you've heard hit songs where the vocals and the acoustic guitar were both recorded on 57s under $100. Some more gear you need. When you're recording vocals, it's really smart to have a pop screen or a filter, because without one, your plosives, like hard P sounds, can ruin a great vocal take. Okay, so your computer will be running your choice of music recording and editing software. GarageBand, which you saw earlier, has a lot of cool features, and you get it free if you're on a Mac. And there are tons of free choices for PCs too. Last essential, you need headphones to monitor the sound coming from your computer, usually through the audio interface, because you need to hear the guitar part you've already recorded and then keep that sound isolated while you add your vocals and record them onto a new second track. So I'm going to put some high quality, low cost equipment recommendations in the description. Mic, cable, stand with a boom arm, mic adapter, good audio interfaces, and headphones. All right, so here's a two-pass recording of the same song. You're going to note that the guitar and the voice are each recorded in mono with a single mic, which is different than that XY stereo pair we used before. So after recording, the guitar and vocal are going to get mixed together in a virtual stereo space, and each is going to get positioned in the stereo field using pan controls. Now remember, when mixing, you can add reverb or delay to make the space as big or small as you want. Not sure how well you can see this mic, but it is positioned so that it's aiming straight at the 12th fret in the direction of the sound hole. And that tends to be a pretty good way to record acoustic guitars. So that's a good starting point anyway. So I'm just going to record a guitar part right now. Everybody's talking at me. Don't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. People stopping, staring. I can't see their faces. Only the shadows of their eyes. Everybody's talking at me. Don't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. People stopping, staring. I can't see their faces. Only the shadows of their eyes. So what are the pros of two-pass recording? Well, you can individually tweak the guitar and vocal mic placement. You can play guitar separately to perfect your instrumental performance. You can sing separate takes to perfect your vocal performance. And you can record as many takes as you want until you love each performance. Some cons of two-pass recording: it requires significantly more equipment and complexity. There's more to think about. It can be challenging to record the guitar part separately because you have to play it out of context and be aware of where you are in the song. And it can also be a challenge to make the separate playing and singing feel like one performance. Finally, you have to place the recorded mono tracks into a virtual stereo space. All right, finally, you can do a multi-pass recording, which can also be multi-instrument, maybe multi-vocal, and definitely a multi-track recording. It takes exactly the same equipment and gear as a two-pass recording, but you can take a more layered approach and add more instruments and vocals. I think it's best to start with a drum loop or some type of programmed rhythm track that establishes and holds the beat. And then you're going to monitor the rhythm track while you're playing and recording your guitar until you get a guitar take you like. And then you'll monitor both the drums and the guitar while you record your vocals. I do recommend get a solid lead vocal take before you mess around adding any other vocal tracks like doubles or harmonies, because you got to build on something strong. All right, here's the sound of my multi-pass recording with drums, bass, acoustic guitar, a lead vocal, some background vocals. I also added electric rhythm and lead guitar parts about halfway through the song. Everybody's talking at me. Don't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. People stopping, staring. I can't see their faces. Only the shadows of their eyes. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain, going where the weather suits my clothes, banking off of the northeast wind, sailing on a summer breeze, skipping over the ocean like a stone. Pros for multi-pass recording are all the same as with the two-pass recording, but with the added benefit of being able to layer instruments and vocals to create the sound of a full band. The cons, this is the most complex type of recording. There are lots of variables and aspects that require skill and experience. It requires multiple good performances instead of just two. And it's a challenge to get a professional sounding mix. In fact, sometimes the more you add, the less professional the outcome. All right, so there you go. 3 ways to record your playing and singing performance, along with the minimum equipment you need to get them done. Now, this is extremely basic info, and I'm doing that on purpose. I just want you to know your options. But honestly, I'm hoping you stick with one-pass recording first, maybe for a while, because the fewer variables you have while recording, the more you can focus on your performance, and the better it's likely to be. So this little guy, Zoom H1N, cool. Or Shure MV88, sweet. When you're ready for 2-pass or multi-pass, multi-track recording, you're going to find endless tutorials on YouTube for almost any audio interface and DAW you might have. I'm going to warn you, though, that multi-track recording, mixing, mastering, these are a huge rabbit hole. They can be addictive and overwhelming. Bottom line, and you'll learn this really fast once you start recording yourself, it's rarely the gear, it's the performance that really counts. And that's what we're going to discover in the next episode, how to nail your best vocal performance. There's definitely an art to it, and I'm determined to help you get into the right state of mind and state of voice to make recordings you're going to be proud to share with your friends or even release publicly. Okay, that's it for today. Please visit guitardiscoveries.com for all my videos to help you play, sing, record, and sound great doing it. Quick before you go, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell for new notifications, and you'll know when all my new videos come out. Thanks. See you next week.